Hello students, welcome back to your science class. Welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class we were talking about the electric charges. Now today we will going to start to learn about the earthquake. That is the second one. We have understood already about that how lightning occurs and what is the story behind that of the lightning, even what is the lightning conductor, and also we have understood that how lightning can cause a problem to us, or how we should take a precautionary measure in order to save us from the effect of the lightning. Now let us move on and see the next one, and that is earthquake. Now see here, in case of the earthquake students, see here it is written that uh, we have just understood that of the thunderstorm, we have understood that of the lightning, and on a large scale there is this lightning and the thunderstorm. There is another kind of natural disaster which basically happens, and that we called as an earthquake. Okay, so this is what, see, the one this is one of the natural disaster which still it is not possible to predict accurately about it. Okay, and it is because of that only it can cause a damage to the human life and the property on a large scale, on a huge scale. One of the major earthquake which has occurred in India, it was on 8th October 2005 in Uri and Tangdhar town of North Kashmir. And before that, a major earthquake occurred on 26 January in 2001 in Bhuj district of Gujarat. Okay, so these are was student one of the major earthquake which basically occur in India. And before that, a major earthquake which occurred is on the 26th January in Bhuj district of Gujarat here. Now let us see the activities here, and let us try to understand that what is earthquake, and what happens when it occurs, and what are the different things, the different precautionary measures that we can take in order to minimize the effect on earthquake. And let us see what is an earthquake, students. So basically an earthquake is what. Now see here, let us start with that of the. So an earthquake is a sudden shaking or a trembling of the earth which lasts for a very short time, and it is caused by the disturbance which is deep inside to that of the earth's crust. Basically, what is an earthquake? Earthquake is a kind of a disturbance which occur inside to that of the earth crust. And earthquake it generally occur all the time, all over the earth. uh, Sometimes what happen that they are so minute that they are not even noticed, but there are earthquake which are really very major, and such kind of a earthquake is what they are less frequent. Okay, but whenever they occur, they can cause an immense damage to the building, to the bridges, to the dams, and to the people also, to the life of the people. Okay, so what are the consequences will be there with that of the earthquake? That there will be a lot of a great loss to life and to the property. So there can be a great loss to life and property. Earthquake can cause floods, it can cause landslides, and even it is also responsible for the tsunamis to occur. How, students? See, when the earthquake occur deep inside to that of the sea, then it will causes, actually the earthquake occur due to the collision between the tectonic plates inside to that of the earth crust. So when this tectonic plates used to collide with each other in the sea or under the sea water, then we can say it will causes the tsunami. Okay, and if we talk about the tsunami, so a major tsunami it occurred in the Indian Ocean on 26 January 2004. All the coastal areas around the ocean it suffered the huge loss because of that. So especially when the tsunami occur, it will be a threat for that of the coastal area or the people or the living organism living around it. Now, if we talk about that of that, what is the reason behind that of earthquake to occur, or what is the cause of an earthquake? So basically, in ancient time, people they are not knowing about that what is the exact cause of the earthquake. So their ideas are therefore expressed in mythological stories, such as one, if somebody told like Bujo's grandmother was there, and she told that earth is what it is balanced on the horn of a bull, and when the bull shift, it is the other horn and earthquake take place. So basically she explained that earthquake happens because the earth is what, it is balanced by a bullhorn. Okay, so earth used to get shifted from the one horn to the other horn, and when the earth is shifted from one horn to other horn, then there is earthquake to occur. Okay, but basically we have understood now that there is some other facts which are responsible for the earthquake to occur. These are some of the predictions, some of the thinking that was there in the ancient time, when the people are actually not knowing that what is the cause of an earthquake. Okay, so a lot of myth are there regarding earthquake. Now let us see here that what is the cause, or what is the disturbance, what is the cause of the disturbance that occur inside to the earthquake. So tremors are there. So these tremors are basically the responsible for creating the disturbance deep down to that of the earth, to the earth. When you look at the structure of the earth is what, basically divided into three layer. One is what, crust, second one is the mantle, and third one is the core. And even the core is also divided into two, and that is outer core and the inner core is there. Okay, so let us see here, if we talk about the crust, so the disturbance which occur deep down to that of the uppermost layer. When you look at the outermost layer of the earth, that we called as the crust. Inside to that there is a mantle, and mantle is what, it consisting of a molten layer in which in which the rocks or they used to flow over it. Okay, crust is what, it is the hard layer, but the inside that mantle, it consisting of the rocks. So basically which used to float on the, so on a molten state, okay, on the molten surface. Okay, so we can say here that the outermost layer of the earth is, it is not one piece, but basically it is fragmented, and each fragment we call it as a plate. This is a very important layer, that outermost layer of the earth is not in one piece, but it is fragmented, and each fragment is called a plate here. Okay, and these plate is actually in a continuous motion. Okay, and what happened when they used to pass to one another, then, or when they come close to one another, then what happened, they undergoes a collision. Okay, they collide with each other. Okay, so these are the plates, students, which basically, these are the plates which basically flow over one another. And you can see here, this is the brushing past, and these brushing past, they are moving in an opposite direction. But sometimes what happen, when they come close to each other, then they collide with each other, and when the collision happen, then this will causes the disturbance in the earth crust. Actually, when they collide with each other, it will produces a huge amount of a vibration, and this vibration, it will get spread, and because of this vibration only, these waves which is produced by it, the disturbance, if we are talking, it's the vibration only, the waves which is created by the earthquake, it used to travel a certain distance, and the area up to where this vibration or the wave has occurred, that is what is the place is the area where the earthquake effect can be seen. Okay, so this disturbance is basically happens in the earth crust only. Okay, so we can say here that plates goes under another due to collision, and they causes disturbance in the earth crust. Now it is this disturbance that shows up as an earthquake on the surface of earth. Okay, now you can see here that this is the collision which happened. This is a molten state over which the plates are present, and these plates generally collide with each other. Okay, although we know for sure that what causes an earthquake, but the problem is that still we are not able to predict when and where the next earthquake will occur. So the tremor, actually we can understand, we are knowing that what are the different causes, but actually we are not very sure about that where the next one, where the next earthquake can occur. So the tremor actually occur, there is a lot of a reason, there are a lot of a causes which causes the tremor on the earth. And the first one, it can be a volcanic eruption. You know that when the volcano erupt, that will also causes a lot of a vibration. and this vibration will causes the earthquake. Shaking of the earth occur because of that. Okay, so volcano erupt, that is also a cause of one of the factor for the that of the tremor to happen. Okay, this is the first thing. Second one, meteor. When the meteor hits the earth or an underground nuclear explosion occur, this will also causes the earthquake to occur. So yes, when the meteor is a what is a kind of a celestial body, and this celestial body when hit to that of the earth's surface, it will produces a lot of a vibration, and this vibration, yes, produces a lot of a tremor, and that will responsible for shaking of the earth, or it will be responsible for the earthquake to occur. Okay, so the second one, student, is the meteor. First one is the volcanic eruption, and third one is the man-made, that is a nuclear explosion. So when the nuclear explosion, this underground nuclear explosion happens, now see here, this is the underground nuclear explosion happens. This is the underground nuclear explosion. So volcanic eruption, meteor hit, and the nuclear explosion, these all are what? These all can be the cause of the earthquake to occur. Okay, but most of the earthquakes, so see, this is one of the factor which we can say that because of that earthquake happens, but one of the major factor which is responsible for the earthquake to occur is the movement of the earth plate only. Okay, so the earth plate, they are floating on a molten state, and because of that they comes close to each other and they collide with each other. When the collision happen between them, then that will produces the tremor, that will produces the vibration, and it will causes a huge disturbance, it will causes the shaking of the earth. Now where there is a, you have seen that, you are knowing about that there are some places like we have studied right now, before we were talking about the earthquake, we have seen that there are some of the places where the earthquake occur more often. Okay, these places, why is it so, what is the reason behind it? That is, okay, so there are the places where the earthquake can occur more often, and it is because of the movement of the plate only. Actually, the plate's boundary are the weak zone. You see that the boundary of the different plates, what happened here, the plates are continuously colliding with each other, they're continuously moving, we can say, but the place where this boundary used to meet, now you see here in this picture, as you can see here, that the place which is near to this boundary, this is the boundary of the plate, so the area which comes under this boundary is what, it is a more a prone zone to that of the earthquake. It means there is a more chances of the earthquake to occur, at least at this particular area, to this boundary. Okay, so this boundary is what, that is the place where, that is the area where the that is we call as a weak zone. Okay, so this is the fault zone or that of the weak zone. Okay, now see here, it is written here that since earthquake are caused by the movement of plate, the boundary of the plate are what, they are the weak zone, where the earthquake are more likely to occur. Yes, because what happened when the two plates, when they collide with each other, their boundary is actually used to collide with each other more often. Okay, they will going to touch each other, and obviously the effect of the earthquake can be seen at the places or the area where the plate boundary will be there, and it is because of that it is said that the boundary of the plate is considered to be the weak zone. Okay, now this weak zone is also called as a seismic zone or the fault zone. If we talk about in India, so in India the most threatened place which we consider as a weak zone or a seismic zone is Kashmir, western and central Himalayas, the whole of northeast, run of Kutch is there, Rajasthan, and Indo-Gangetic plain is there. These all are the places which is what is the seismic zone or that of the fault zone. Okay, some area of South India, they are also fall in the danger zone. Okay, these we also consider as a danger zone where the effect of the earthquake can be seen more often. Okay, so this is a really important thing to know here, students, that what is the seismic zone or the weak zone is the same thing, and in India it is Kashmir, western and central Himalayas, whole of northeast, run of Kutch, Rajasthan, Indo-Gangetic Plain. These all are the places where the chances of this earthquake occur more often. Okay. Now here, the power of an earthquake is what it basically expressed in terms of the magnitude on a scale called as the Richter scale. Yes, now you see here how we will come to know that the earthquake which occur here is a very powerful or is a not a very powerful. Actually, we came to know with the help of a scale. So a scale is there which used to measure the magnitude of the earthquake. Okay, and this can be expressed with the scale which was given by Richter. Okay, so the name is given as a Richter scale. So what is a Richter scale? The power of an earthquake, it is expressed in terms of a magnitude on a scale that is called as a Richter scale. Or we can say in another term that Richter scale is that scale with the help of which we expressed the power of the earthquake. Okay. Now what happened if we talk about the destructive earthquake which is having a magnitude higher than that of the 7 on the Richter scale, that is really a destructive earthquake is to be considered. Okay, so up to 7 is what is a minimum, but up 7 or more than 7 is considered to be a destructive earthquake. See here, in case of a Bhuj or Kashmir earthquake, they are having the magnitude which is greater which is greater than that of the 7.5. Okay, so there the effect was what really high. Okay, so there we can say it is what it is the more destructive earthquake because even on the Richter scale we find that the scale was the value, the magnitude came out as 7.5. So by this we have understood actually the Richter scale is used in order to measure the magnitude, and if it is more, then more destructive will be the earthquake or more loss of the life and property will be there. Now there are some of the devices with the help of which we can check the kind of waves which is produced, and the tremor which is produced. So the tremor which produces wave on the surface of the earth, these are called as a seismic waves, and these waves are recorded with the help of an instrument that is called as a seismograph. What is a seismograph here, students? Now see, the tremor produce wave on the surface of earth, and these are called as seismic waves. These waves are recorded by instrument called the seismograph. Actually, whatever the tremor is produced, these tremors produces the waves, and these waves are measured with the help of a device, with the help of a instrument. Means it is recorded with the help of an instrument, and there a graph is produced on that of the instrument, and that is why it is also called as a seismograph. So seismograph is what? It is a device, it is an instrument with the help of which we can measure or record the waves produced by a instrument there. Now the instrument is what? It is actually nothing but simply a vibrating rod is there, or a pendulum is there, which basically starts vibrating when the tremor occur. Okay, and there a pen is also attached with the vibrating system. This pen used to record the seismic wave on the paper which moves under it, and by studying with the help of these waves, scientists can construct a complete map of the earthquake. Okay, so basically the seismic wave is there, and the seismic wave is produced. Here you will find that there is a string, and on the string there is a pendulum bob, and with the help of the bob a pen is attached with it. A drum is there which is a rotating drum, and this drum is covered with the chart paper. Now what happened, this drum is actually attached with that of the with the earth. Now when the earthquake occur, when the vibration produced, then this drum starts rotating, and the pen which is there with that of the bob starts moving. Okay, so when it starts moving, it will start producing the waves, and these waves will record it, then these waves are studied. Now when these waves are studied, with the help of these waves, the scientists, they can construct that they construct the complete map of the earthquake, and they also estimate with the help of the wave that how much destructive this earthquake can be, and the power of the earthquake which can cause the destruction. So basically seismic wave is there in order to record the waves, and with the help of the wave they used to record the power of the earthquake. Okay, Now see here in this picture you can see that what is the map of the earthquake. There is a focus, student. Focus is what? It is that place from where the earthquake started. Then an epicenter is there. It is that point which is just above to the focus, and just above to that of the focus on the surface of the earth. Seismic waves are there which is caused because of the earthquake which started from the focus, and you can see here these seismic waves keeps on increasing. So this is how the earthquake occur, and this is how the seismic wave is produced.